welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be super fun. We're going to be checking out the fall decor at Hobby Lobby for 2023. I spent a couple hours going around the store checking out all of their decor that's new this year. Some of it is old from years past, but we're going to be talking about some of my favorites, and then we're also going to be doing a little bit of a haul, and I'll be telling you guys how I plan on styling things. Fall is officially going to be here before we know it, and I just hope you get a bunch of inspiration today. Lots of styling ideas for decorating your own home on a budget, of course. And if you're new, make sure that you hit that subscribe button to join the family. Stay up to date on all my latest DIY home decor and homemaking projects on my channel. If you love that high-end look on a budget, this is definitely the channel for you. And really quickly, I wanted to give a big thank you for all of the positive support and comments on my last room makeover video, as well as my fall plan with me. If you missed any of those videos, I'll have them linked down below, but I'm just very overwhelmed by all the love that you guys have been giving me on that video, so I'm just really glad that you guys are enjoying it. And if you're new, I am super happy to have you. But I believe that is everything. Let's go ahead and head on into Hobby Lobby, and then I will meet you back here for a little haul of everything I picked up. So in today's video, you'll be seeing a lot of what is in the store right now. I know a lot of you guys have different styles, so I'll be sharing a big variety of the pieces as well as some of my standout favorites. So first, I'll be showing you guys a few of the displays that are there right when you walk through the door. Lots of pumpkins, bright oranges, burnt oranges, lots of super warm tones for the season, lots of very realistic greenery and florals. I thought this little bistro setup was so cute as well, especially if you love sunflowers and pumpkins for the season. I thought these wreaths were beautiful, and I love the muted fall tones in them. So we got a little bit of a sneak peek of what's going to be inside, so now let's head on in. The first thing that I saw was this giant wall of candles. There's so many different shapes, sizes, colors, scents, as well as tapered and pumpkin candles. Perfect for the fall season, of course. And now we're going to head into the aisles. Something that caught my eye right off the bat were these amber glass candlestick holders. If you really love those warm copper tones for fall, you will definitely love those. I thought these wooden pumpkins were really pretty as well. The only thing I wasn't super big on was the sort of shiny stems on them, but I feel like you could always paint those if you wanted to. And this was a very moody sort of amber glass, so I thought this was really fun if you like to have any candy out or anything like that for the season. And then these light up houses, I believe, are from last year, and again, they're super pretty if you like that copper look for fall. Now we're going to be taking a look at some of the more tableware specific pieces or tablescape specific pieces. I was very surprised by the amount of ceramic plates they had. There were some that were more intricate, and there were some that were more playful that you'll see a little bit later. They had so many options, like these leather chargers that were super inexpensive but super high-end and neutral. They'd be perfect for fall or even any other season all year round. And they even had a galvanized option if you like that sort of farmhouse look. And again, lots of beautiful ceramic pieces. I love how simple these are. They're just plain white. They're very timeless, classic. Lots of serving dishes like this one that just have very simple texture and designs all around, and lots of other serving trays and fun plates like this one. I thought this one was super cute and playful, especially if you have a dog. And I thought that these plates were stunning. I loved the organic shape of them. They're not perfectly round, and they have those beautiful muted fall colors. The design is very simple and classic, just an overall very timeless look. Something I was also impressed with in this section was the amount of linens they had. They had so many different patterns. Some were more classic colors. I love these ones that sort of had the embroidery detail all around the border and all in different colors. They also had some bright oranges, olive greens, and even your plain white napkins, as well as turquoise. So lots of fun options if you're looking to do a tablescape. Again, if you love wood platters, they had so many different kinds. This leaf one was so festive, and it would be so fun in a tablescape. And again, even more platters to serve things on. I love all the fun little details that they added to make it look super high-end. And I found so many vintage inspired pieces in this section as well. I really loved this plate here, and just all the little details were super fun to look for. If you have time, I would definitely recommend looking through this section and looking at all these fun vintage details. This goblet was one of my favorites. This is new this year. It also comes in a sort of green color that you'll see later, but those are actually made of glass. I thought maybe they were plastic, but they were super good quality. So again, if you're in need of some staple tableware or staple items for your tablescape, I feel like there are so many to choose from. Another thing that was new this year was these little mini loaf pans. I loved the turquoise one as well as the white one the most, but there was a sort of mustard yellow color and even more amber glass on on these beautiful soap dispensers. I wish the top was either black or maybe like a brass, but nonetheless, these were so pretty and I loved all the texture and just the way that it reflects light. And of course, you can find many other ceramic pieces such as these little bowls, mugs, as well as salad plates. Something that was also new this year were these strainers. They're perfect for fall because they have that sort of leaf detail, but it doesn't scream fall, so I feel like it's something that you could definitely use all year round. And even more platters, trays, and placemats to use for any hosting that you may be doing this fall. So another thing that caught my eye were these amber glass and different colored vases. I personally love the ones that are super dark brown, or this one that's sort of a light tan, sort of yellow color. I feel like that just adds in a lot of warmth and it's really elegant. I love the simple shape and I feel like it's just perfect for fall. Later in this video, I'll be showing you guys the new vase section in Hobby Lobby. If you keep up with them, you probably know that they have this new section that has all kinds of ceramic vases, some that are modern, some that are more aged and rustic, so we'll definitely be taking a look at those later on. So now we're going into the sign aisle. You guys know I'm not super big on word signs, but there were a few cute ones that I wanted to show you guys, including these sort of black and white barn and pumpkin prints. I thought that those were really pretty. Now we're gonna work our way into the wreath, pick, and garland section. So many different ones to choose from. There are a lot of neutral, more understated wreaths like this one. And of course, there are lots of them with pumpkins and bright colors if that's what you like for fall. Lots of super fun textures to choose from, and also lots of different sizes, which really comes in handy. Now we will be looking at the actual fall floral section later on in this video, but there were a bunch of fun picks that I really liked taking a look at. Picks can be used in all different kinds of projects and styling. I thought this copper one was super unique and would be fun to mix into a wreath or even a garland to make it look more full, or just add in a new color. Picks can also be used in mini vases like this thistle branch. I thought this one was so pretty with the colors. And Sherpa pumpkins are super popular this year. If you really like this look, you could always take it off the stick and use it as just a stationary pumpkin to style with any other pieces in your home. Now we're going to take a look at the big wall of pumpkins, baskets, bowls, pillows, and rugs. I don't know if you guys can see, but there were so many beautiful dough bowls all up at the top there. And one thing that I loved were these sort of underlays to go under the more thick doormats. I really wanted to see this cute pumpkin rug on top of this sort of rusty orange rug, and I thought that it was so pretty. It also came in that sort of black and white color that you just saw if you wanted more of a neutral, understated look. But of course, lots of pumpkins. If you want an actual pumpkin rug, they have that as well. And these are actually super affordable and just so many fun styles to choose from for the season. And I really like this type of rug. It has a nice texture and just adds lots of earthiness as well. Something they also had a lot of on this wall were pumpkins. They had these new sort of fairy tale like pumpkins this year, as well as woven ones. And of course, every single year Hobby Lobby has the pumpkin pie recipe pumpkin, which I just think is so cute. And if you didn't see enough pumpkins in that aisle, we have a full other aisle full of all kinds of different pumpkins. This one had lots of filler pumpkins, so lots of these small pumpkins that come in little bags that are perfect to put in a dough bowl, a lantern, or just sprinkle throughout your house. Lots of soft pumpkins this year. A lot of them are stuffed, and I had to pull these pumpkins off the shelf because these were so popular. I think it was either last year or the year before. I love the woven texture and the subtle color that they have. They also had lots of amber glass and copper pumpkins. A fun DIY you could do with these is make them look distressed with a little bit of paint and a sponge. I feel like these would make them look really rustic and old and aged and just give that sort of old world feel. Another thing I'm noticing this year is the really sort of swirly stems on these pumpkins, which I think is really fun because it's very realistic to actual pumpkins. And these are another new pumpkin that caught my eye this year. The only thing I didn't like about it was the sort of rusty color underneath. I sort of wish it was more of a muted brown and a little bit more neutral, but nonetheless they're really good quality, so if you do like the way that that looks, I thought they were super pretty and elevated looking. And again, here's some more of these sort of fairy tale pastel realistic pumpkins. I thought that these were super fun as well. They really do look very realistic, so if you like that very whimsical feel, I feel like these would be absolutely perfect for that and could really go with any color scheme. And next I'm just sort of going through the middle aisles, showing you guys a few of the standout pieces. There are a few more signs, more candles, and candle holders. I also found some really beautiful tapered candles. I love the design on these and the very subtle rusty orange color. Definitely perfect for an understated, more elevated look if that's what you're going to be going for. And of course they did have some other colors that were sort of that classic tapered style, and those are perfect just for adding any height into a space on any sort of console or coffee table or sideboard. And I didn't find any fall specific landscape paintings, but I did find quite a few neutral pieces that could work all year round. Of course, for me, the ones that are a little bit more on the warm side would work perfect for fall and coordinate with a lot of the decor that I already have in my own space. But the wall art usually goes on sale every other week or so if you're in the need for some really inexpensive big pieces of art, Hobby Lobby is a really great place to check out, and there's lots of things to choose from. So if you didn't hear already, there is a new vase section in the middle of Hobby Lobby. It is filled with so many distressed, beautiful vases as well as some more modern ones. So I just thought it'd be fun to show you guys a few of my favorites before we head on into the floral section. So in my fall prep with me video, I did mention that I need lots of florals this year. So I spent a lot of time going down these aisles. First, I stopped by all of the dry florals that are sort of in that middle section right next to the actual fall floral aisle. They also had really big bushels of things like mums and just really big realistic flowers that I thought were super pretty. There are also lots of sunflowers if you're looking for anything like that I thought looked super realistic. And overall, I was super impressed with how realistic all of these florals were. A lot of the colors were also very muted. That way, if you're going for that look, you have lots to choose from. And they also had a few displays with florals already in vases. And I thought these were a super good deal to get the floral as well as a cute little vase. If you don't want to think about where to put florals, I feel like this is a really good way to make sure your floral and your vase go together. Now, before we go into the actual floral section, I did want to show you guys some of the other dried florals. These were sort of tucked towards the back, so they're not the easiest to spot. But again, really fun, whimsical, very muted tones of dried florals. I feel like dried florals can be used year round, but for some reason during fall they just give that really warm, cozy feel. They also had eucalyptus in all kinds of different colors. If you're looking for a more muted tone, they have that, as well as bright reds and muted greens. Now, the fall floral section did not disappoint. There were so many things to choose from. It's one of those places in the store where you have to walk through multiple times to make sure that you didn't miss anything, and every single time I looked, I saw something that I hadn't seen before. So I thought these florals were really pretty. I loved how fluffy they were, and they just look super gathered and realistic. They also had some faux eucalyptus, as well as more statement flowers that you will see in a little bit. But this eucalyptus looks super realistic, and I love the coloring on it. It's one of those stems where I feel like you only need a few to fill up the vase and make a really big statement. They also had lots of pampas grass in many colors. I am more drawn to the white color, but there are other colors to choose from. I also thought these brown leaves were really pretty. I don't think think they've had those in years past. And this was one of my favorite more statement flowers. Super realistic and one of those florals that you can mix in with other greenery. And again, lots of sunflowers this year. I love how realistic and big they are, and also the color variation on the petals is super pretty. And if you really like that rustic style like I do, I feel like sunflowers really give off that feel. But overall, I was super impressed with Hobby Lobby's floral section. If you're looking for some fall florals or just florals in general that are super realistic looking but of course on a budget, I feel like there are lots of options that look very designer and gathered and would make a beautiful statement for fall. From Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to show you everything that I picked up. There's some really beautiful things in this haul that I am so excited to be sharing with you. So first things first, a lot of you guys may know that I make my own seasonal pillows for like Christmas, spring, summer, pretty much all year round, and fall is no exception. And I was talking with you guys in my fall prep video about some pillows that I wanted to make for our chairs because the ones that I currently have, the pillow covers, aren't in the best shape. So I needed to get something a little bit different, and I wanted to get something a little bit more classy, I guess. So it's funny, the inspo picture I showed you guys is pretty much exactly what I ended up finding. So this is what it looks like up close. It's sort of an orange, sort of corduroy material. It's showing up a lot more orange on camera, but it's a little bit more brown and muted, which I personally was looking for. But yeah, I just thought that this was beautiful. I love the very traditional colors of fall. I just don't like them to be super bright. You're not going to see much bright red or anything from me this year, but this like muted like burnt orange is so pretty, and I just love how classic it looks. It's very simple, but it also brings in some really beautiful texture, which I think is something that we're going to need on those chairs. And also everything I'm showing you in this haul is 40% off. If you didn't see in the video, 40% off on all fall decor is the sale that is going right now, including this because it was in the fall fabric section, which I didn't even know that they had. So I got a bunch of that, and I'll be making some of those pillows. The next thing is something that I realized we didn't really have a lot of in our stash of fall decor just a couple of videos back, and that was candles. There were so many beautiful candles from this brand. So this is the Heartland Harvest brand, and I love their packaging. It's just so elegant but also understated, and it just has that really simple sort of gold foil on there, which I think is beautiful. So you guys may have noticed in the video that they did have a few scents. This brand had a few different scents for fall. This one has notes of citrus zest, cinnamon, brown sugar, sweet vanilla, and maple syrup drizzle. And one thing that I really loved about this, I have never owned a candle like this before. Sorry for the lighting, it got super dark all of a sudden. But it has a wooden wick in there, and I just feel like that's gonna be so pretty and just so cozy, especially for the fall time. And this smells so good. If you really like maple syrup and things like brown sugar and vanilla, cinnamon, those are like the main things that I smell whenever I smell this. It smells so good. And I think they had a few different sizes of all of the different candle scents, so if you didn't want the full-on like 15 ounces, that's what this is, then you could probably get something a little bit smaller. And this was $24.99 with the discount. I think it was like $14.99 or something like that, and that is a great price for a candle that's this big. So this was so pretty and just one of those things that I didn't expect to find, so that was fun. And lastly, I have a couple different florals to show you that I am obsessed with. I was having such a hard time figuring out which ones were my favorite. There were definitely quite a few that stuck out to me and just were very beautiful and timeless, but I ended up going with these, and I love them. Every single time I look at them, I just light up. They're so pretty. So first things first, I got a very large bouquet of these mums. They are so pretty. So these were $17.99 with the 40% off discount. I'm not sure what that is off the top of my head, probably somewhere around $12-ish, maybe 11. But you get so many flowers. They came in this beautiful muted sort of yellow mustard tone, but they also had them in a burgundy color if that's something that you really like. They're so realistic looking. I love just the way that they look. They're very whimsical, and something that I just love about fall is mums. And these are a bit muted. They're understated, but they still have those like beautiful fall colors in there. They're so pretty, and obviously you get so much for your money. I plan on putting this in my little urn if you are familiar with that, and it's just going to look so pretty. I love that. It's just a little subtle pop of color. And lastly, we have these florals. Again, sorry for the lighting. I don't really know what's going on outside. I got these florals. These are so pretty. So I got 2 of them just because I wanted to make sure that I was gonna fill the picture that I want to put these in properly. I wanted it to look nice and full and big and lush. My inspiration for these, and just like something that I thought of right off the bat when I saw these in the store, was the way that designers nowadays have really been making really big fluffy bouquets. What I mean by fluffy is like this sort of white flower that you can see here. It's super popular to put these in a big statement vase in the middle of maybe an island or a coffee table, a dining table. So many designers are using this look and I absolutely love it. So like I said, I got 2 of these. These were $8.99 before the 40% off discount, and I'll show you a little bit of the variation in there. There's a few different sort of flowers. There's some of these that sort of have that what would you call it, cattails? Yeah, so there's like these little brown things that resemble like either cattails or foxtails. I'm not sure what they're called, but they're like those, they're like this, but they're longer. You know what I'm talking about? There's those, and then there's some that are a little bit more dainty, has sort of a yellow hue to it, and then a bunch of these sort of green leaves, which I really love the color of, and then the sort of fluffy, almost hydrangea-like ones. I'm so excited to put these in a picture and just sort of like fluff out the branches and make it look super full and just very whimsical. I love how it sort of gives that fall feel without screaming fall. Like I said, I do like to incorporate fall colors every year into my color scheme, but I do like to have some more versatile florals like these every once in a while. Have a nice neutral color to complement all the other colors, and these are so pretty. Like I said, I had such a hard time deciding what I wanted. These are the ones that I ended up going with, and I am super happy about that. Another thing you could do with these, in the shop with me portion, you may have seen that there were mini sort of like pics of these, and obviously they were like quite a bit smaller than this for a couple bucks each. If you wanted, you could also put that in a garland. You could put it in a wreath or something like that to make it feel more full if you wanted to add a little bit more color, or in this case a sort of neutral color. But I just thought these were so pretty. I absolutely love them, and I think together everything just complements each other really well, and I'm just super excited to put all this stuff in my living room. Alright you guys, that's gonna wrap up today's shop with me and haul at Hobby Lobby for fall. I'm so excited about all the pieces that I picked up, and it's just making me even more excited to bring this coziness into our living room and bring in all the warm fall colors. Let me know in the comments below what you saw in today's video that was your favorite. Maybe it was something I picked up or just something you saw in the store. And a couple videos back I did get to chat with you guys in the comments about some of your aesthetics and your plans for fall, so if you want to leave that down below as well, I'd love to know. I seriously love talking with you guys and talking about the way that you guys like to decorate. It's just really fun for me, and we can all get inspiration from each other. So if you like the video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up. You subscribe down below to my channel for more fall content coming in the next few weeks or so. And again, feel free to check out some of the other videos that I've done, including that room makeover as well as the fall prep with me, if you want to see a little bit more of my aesthetic and some of the things that I plan on doing this year. But yeah, that is the end of today's video. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your day over here on my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Bye you guys.